Thank you very much for logging on to Holy Health Radio. Thank you so very much. We thank God that you are alive. Congratulations. God has been good to you. My name is Bismark Omari, Somuah, right here live on Holy Health Radio, streaming live from Reynoldsburg, Ohio. It's the Lord's doing and definitely marvelous in our sight. You could have been dead a long time ago. As a matter of fact, you are not better than those who are gone. You could have been part of those who are gone, but God had mercy on you. God is good. Mr. Isaac Pinto is the man controlling the machines for us. Of course, Holy Health Radio, our chief executive. Mr. Chris Aditeria is the producer of this wonderful program live for Holy Health Radio. This is the first one we are doing for the year. God has been good to us. What a mighty God will be served. Call a friend to join us live here today. We are going to have a very fantastic evening because we have a wonderful woman of God right here with us. Before I go to her, we are going to have a very important discussion. But before I do so, we are going to have a motivation for the week, which is very important. John 3:16, that is one of the commonest verses that you can ever find in the Bible. That is what we are going to use for tonight. The Bible says that for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. For God so loved the world that he gave. When you are someone that God loves, he gives to you. And people of God, I want you to know that the bigger your God is, the greater the kind of gift that you receive. For instance, if you go to Ghana and you go to a sub-chief, the kind of gift he's going to give you is different from the one that probably Asante Hene is going to give you. If Asante Hene is big, that means your gift is going to be big. The Bible says God gives. God gave because he loves. And tonight I want you to know that if you are serving this God faithfully, one day he's going to show up in your case. I want you to know that he gives. He's the one who has given you life. What are you using that life for? You have begun a new year. It's a gift from God. Those who died in the previous year, you could have been part of them. Why are you alive? Not because you took care of yourself, not because you ate well, not because you were exercising. Not because God had mercy on you. So once he has given you this precious gift of life, what are you going to use it to do? He has given us this life in order for us to use it to honor him. To tell people how good he's been to us. I want you to know that he has not finished with you yet. And that is why you are alive. The best part of your life is yet to be unveiled. And God is going to take you from glory to glory. He's going to do unimaginable things in your life. Tonight we have a very wonderful guest amongst us at Holy Health Radio. I was the MC when she was being Christian, little baby. And now she's all grown and a big woman. I always tell her that, and then she asked me, Uncle, why are you always telling me? And I want her to know that she was a baby, a little baby, and now she's so grown. Grown so beautifully. God is doing amazing things with her. And I'm happy she is in the house of God. Part of God's army. Part of Trumpet of Christ also, right? Yes. Wow. God is good. Tonight we have Tryphena, Akosua, Awuah. Wow. We are so privileged. We are so privileged to have her amongst us. You can join us. You can go to Tune In and then search for Holy Health Radio. We are broadcasting live worldwide from Papua New Guinea to Argentina to everywhere. We are there, Holy Health Radio. We are also on Facebook. Check Bismark Somuah. We are also on YouTube. We're going to put it also on Instagram. We are everywhere. Holy Health Radio, where we are making impact for Jesus. We thank God for all the things that he is using the youth to do. And we have an example of it. So sometimes we complain about the youth, but we have examples of youth who have dedicated their lives in the service of God. And we thank God. We thank Mr. and Dickness Awuah for taking care and bringing up such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful lady in the house of God. Tryphena, welcome.
Thank you so much for your kind words.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. How do you feel being here in the studio with us?
I was a bit nervous at first, but now, I'm excited. I'm excited to talk to you.
Okay. Wow. We thank God. We thank God for all the things that He's using you to do. Can you tell us briefly about yourself?
Well, I mean, as viewers have noticed, my name is Tryphena, and I am 14 years old, so I'm currently a freshman in high school. And, well, I play softball during the spring, so I'm into sports, and some things that I enjoy doing in my free time are like reading. I like to write.
Wow.
I like to write stories, poetry, all that. So I also, as Elder Somuah said, I'm a part of God's Army, and it's a dance group at our church, but not just limited to dance. We do dance, we do plays, we sing, we do all of that. So I would like to say I'm an active member in the church. I like to be a part of activities, a part of groups.
Wow. So. Wow. And you said, I didn't know you write. You write stories.
Yeah.
What kind of stories do you write?
Short stories most of the time.
Can you tell me one of the stories you wrote?
Okay, well, I went to this writing competition, and it's called Power of the Pen. So one of the stories I wrote during the competition, it was about a girl who was abandoned by her mother when she was younger, and she goes on this journey to finding her mother and some of the problems that she faces while she's there on this journey through the forest. So.
Wow. So you created it?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a beautiful one. And you said you also play something at school?
Softball.
Oh, okay. How is that?
It's fun.
It's
I like
fun.
it.
Oh,
I
okay.
enjoy it.
Wow. So you play for the school?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one. Wow. So how do you combine because you are into so many things. How do you combine this with your academic work?
It gets hard sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, but I think one of the most important things is if you're gonna take on so much, then you need to have verses that encourage you constantly, verses like Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So if he said that I can do all of these things, then why would I limit myself to just one? So staying active, staying connected with people.
Wow. So you are motivated by scriptures. You read scriptures a lot, right?
Yes.
Wow. So what did you read today?
Today, in youth class, I haven't done my own personal Bible study today. I'll admit that one.
But then you went to a youth class.
Yeah.
Do you remember what was taught in the youth class?
We talked about the 2019 theme for Church of Pentecost, I will build my church. Okay. And so we went into that and into the scripture about it.
Wow. What is your favorite verse? Can you tell me about that?
I would say my favorite verse is John 8:36, and it says, "Whom the Son sets free will be free indeed." So that's my favorite verse.
And what does that mean? If the Son sets you free, are we into some kind of slavery or bondage? What does it mean?
Not necessarily physical slavery or bondage, but there are things like anxiety, depression, fears. I say those three because those are the things that are connected to youth when you think about the mental issues of youth. So I would say that if that verse says that the Son has set me free from those, then I'm free indeed from those.
Wow. How come the youth, so many of the youth are into this kind of anxieties, depression? What is happening? Because I hear this a lot. What is going on?
Some people they've allowed other people to identify who they are. They don't know who they are as a person, or they haven't found their identity in Christ yet.
Wow.
So when you don't know who you are in Christ, these things, you're very susceptible to things like fear and anxiety and depression.
Oh, okay. So they allow people to create their identity.
Yes.
And once the identity is not found in Christ, and somebody tells them what to do, then that is why they are going into all kind of this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then many of them are also into this kind of relationship and stuff. And they don't really understand what they are doing.
Yeah.
What is happening? Is it that they are lacking love at home and they are looking for love elsewhere, or what is going on?
I don't think they lack love at home. It's just not the type of love that they're looking for.
Okay.
So then they go elsewhere to find it.
Uh-huh.
They feel like maybe what my parents are doing for me at home, it's just not enough.
Okay.
I need someone else to tell me that I'm beautiful. I need someone else to say that they love me.
Okay. So the parents are saying it, but it's not enough. They don't feel it.
They don't feel it.
That is the key. The key thing. The parents probably are saying, "I love you," or "I care about you," but they don't really feel it. So once that gap is there, then they want somebody. They want somebody to fill it, and the person just take advantage and then mess their lives up.
Exactly.
Wow. So that is why you hear a lot of the youth into a whole lot of stuff, and then they are messing themselves up, and later on coming back even to track becomes very difficult. Wow. And why is it that the youth, most of the youth also are like on the warpath of their parents? When I was a youth leader, I remember I had stories whereby parents would not always agree with their parent, the youth. They always had issues. What is going on?
Well, one thing is the age gap and the cultural gap.
Age gap.
Most of our parents are older.
Okay.
They're older.
Uh-huh.
So the way my mom sees things are not always how I see
Yes,
them.
it is. Okay.
And then on top of that, the cultural gap.
Uh-huh.
My mom, she did not grow up in America.
Okay.
I am growing up in America. That's another huge thing I would say, the
Uh-huh.
cultural gap.
Okay, so the age gap and the cultural gap. Now, let's take the age gap. What is it with age? If somebody is older than you, does it mean that the person will not always have to agree with you?
That'd be so it's not like that's how they feel.
Or you're old.
Yeah, like
Old.
they feel like their way of doing things is the best way to do things.
The old school.
Yeah, like back in my day, this is how we used to. I love that we used to do it like
We
this.
used to do it like this. Okay. So once they go on that path, then you also want to teach them the modern way.
Yeah.
So there's bound to be some clash.
Yeah.
And then the cultural thing. They grew up in Ghana. You are growing up in America. And what are some of the things that you could be the problem? Because Ghana, you think Ghana, the way they do things is not good.
I don't think it's not good.
Anyway, have you been to Ghana?
I have.
Okay.
Recently, we went last summer.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, summer of 2018.
Okay. So tell me about the cultural thing. Uh-huh.
The discipline, I think in Ghana, like in Ghanaian homes in America, there is definitely sternness, but like there, almost every household was kind of the same.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, like, they play at each other's houses, but there will never be a sleepover.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, at the end of the day, they go home. But here, then you go to an American school and your friend is asking you, can you sleep over? And you're like, well, no, my mom has never let me do that.
Mm-hmm.
So do you see what I mean?
It doesn't make sense to her.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for me to go to my mom and ask her that. Because when she was growing up, you never did that.
Uh-huh.
Everyone goes
to
home.
their own home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So how are you able to bridge the gap between you and your mom? How are you able to settle all these differences, the age gap, because the cultural thing is like a big one.
Mm-hmm.
She grew up in Ghana. The way she was taught is different from the way you see things. I mean, so many things are different. How are you able to cope with that?
I think communication is key. If we're talking things through and we're still not getting anywhere, you don't just stop. You keep going. You keep expressing your ideas and you listen. You can't just talk and then expect like for her to not want to say something back. So I think that if I have patience to hear what she's saying, listen, and then I say my part.
Okay, so you're able to communicate and let them know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
And does it always work? It doesn't always.
Not always.
Okay, but how about your dad? How does your dad relate to all these cultural differences?
My dad is cool. He's
Is it because he's here?
I think my dad is cool. He's calm. He's collected.
Yeah.
He has the
he's
triple
relaxed.
C's.
Yeah. He has what?
The triple C's.
What are the triple C's?
Cool, calm, and collected.
Oh, okay. He has all the three.
All the three.
Your mom has two. She has only two, right? She's not collected. She's cool and calm, but not really collected. Sometimes you have to really go on a discussion part before she really grasps where you are coming from. I guess.
You said it, I did.
Yo, you didn't say. Okay,
You
because
said
she's going to watch it later, so you want to make sure you don't know. Okay, that's cool. Now, because these things will go on and on as long as you're saying, there's no communication. There should be a heart-to-heart talk among the. I remember when I was a youth leader. I mean, a lot of stuff came up whereby some of the parents would talk to me, Dekin Somuah, Akorani, see. You could see that this cultural thing. Me, when I was growing up, I had only one shoe. You're even lucky you have four. And then you are complaining that this I'm not giving you time and all. This kind of little things. I mean, they feel like you are I mean you are spoiled. You guys you have soft life, and still you don't appreciate it, and you also think they are being hard, and then it goes back and forth.
I do not think that we are unappreciative. I think we just like variety. We like options.
Options, okay.
But I do think that some kids my age, they do take it overboard, whereby they don't. Some kids are unappreciative. I will say that much. But the youth as a collective, I would say that because of the friends that we have, and mostly the school thing. The school thing is also a big thing.
Okay.
If you come back from winter break, Christmas has happened, and everyone is wearing their new outfits that they got over Christmas. They're wearing their new shoes, all of that. And your parents can't afford it. It makes you feel awkward.
Okay.
You feel some type of way. So I don't even think it's that they're unappreciative. It's just a longing to fit in. As human beings, we want to fit in. Nobody likes being the outsider.
Right. Wow. Let's read some comments on Facebook. Many people are watching you. Kwame says, thanks for the program. Adelaide Asante, my mom Adelaide Asante from Cincinnati says, that's my beautiful baby. Love you. It's Auntie in Cincinnati. God bless you and your team, Elder Bismark, for all you do. God bless all of you for watching us. God bless you so much for taking time off your heavy schedules to join us. Tonight we have Tryphena Akosua, Awuah, wonderful lady. She's been in the church since she was born. And I'm happy to be that I was the MC when she was being Christian. So tonight I have a wonderful lady here. Yeah, the church also has a key role to play when it comes to bridging the cultural gap. The other time I had an interview with Michelle where she talked about the fact that when she was going through depression and stuff, she came to church at times and then she could see that she wasn't really relating to the messages. Meanwhile, she was stressing. She couldn't discuss it. There were things that she was going through that she couldn't even trust anybody to confide in. And she was going through, there were times that she had to, even coming to church became difficult. What do you guys expect from the church? Be honest with me. I'm an elder. Talk to me.
What we expect from the church.
The youth.
So, often, like, when we meet, like, as a youth, you always hear, like, if you're going through something, make sure you talk to...
Right.
Make sure you talk to an elder. Make sure you talk to someone. And it's all good, but when you go there, you feel there's a stigma attached to you. You feel like the person is judging you. They may not say anything.
But from their face.
Is
it not from a guilty conscience? Is it not probably... The person looking at you is probably taking the information and you are just feeling guilty.
Yeah, but and then it's like sometimes the proper actions aren't taken afterwards. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so based on the actions that comes afterwards, you know that the person did not really take you serious. Yeah. They almost take it as, oh, it's a phase. Like, this one will pass. But while you're going through it, it's difficult. It's hard. And you want someone who will encourage you, who will check up on you, who will let you know that they are there for you. You don't just want the... and then after that, you never hear from them again.
What is that? That's prayer.
That's the prayer. You don't just want that. And then you want to be in their constant prayer. But yeah.
But normally we just reduce everything to prayer. Meanwhile, the emotional aspect of it is not tackled. I agree with you absolutely. I think we have to step up a little bit in the church because Michelle hit the nail right on the head. She made mention of some very crucial things that she came to church and sometimes she was even bored. The kind of stuff we were and of course the things that we are going through, you guys are not going through it.
Yeah.
So when you come to church and we are talking about in Krata, we are talking about stuff, marriage, and you are sitting there, it's like you just came. Yeah. You accompanied your mom to the place. So the church probably has to have a more effective way of dealing with some of the things in the youth. And I know Deacon Kennedy is doing a wonderful job. We have a lot to offer. We have a lot that we can do. So when you guys go through issues, which I know you go through, and you know it's not easy to discuss certain things with your Ghanaian parents, knowing that okay, Korabone, and then some can see with him. How when that happens, how do you guys do you just talk amongst yourself, or how do you deal with it? Because I know you guys go through a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I've been a youth leader for about 7 years. So I know people go through all kind of deep stuff whereby you have to pretend that you are not going through. But you are going through it. You are suffering, but you have to fake it. How do you deal with it?
If I feel like I can't go to my parents with it, I definitely go to someone older who I know has been through something like that, so that they can give me the proper advice that I need. Or I take it to prayer. Honestly, I take it into prayer. I talk to God about it. I write about it. I have my own personal journal, diary, and I write whatever I'm going through. So most of the time, so I can look back and reflect on it. This is where I was at this time.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, do you keep a daily account of
No, I don't.
I do. I recommend that you do it.
Why do I have to keep a record of things that will probably come and bother me?
Bother you?
Oh yeah. If let's say I'm stressing and so you put all your stress now.
I do.
So let's say in a year's time, you're going to look at it and it's going to stress you again.
No, it's going to make me remember. It's going to make me thankful, grateful that I got through it.
Okay, somehow. Okay, one aspect of it is you're going to be grateful. But one aspect is it's going to remind you of some pain you should have let go. Let's say somebody insulted you so bad, somebody treated you so badly.
I write it.
And you write it down. Now, the Bible admonishes us to forgive. Do you think you'll be able to forgive that person? Knowing that every time you see, you are going to be grateful that probably you are a little bit over the head. But then writing it also will have this disadvantage of any time you see this person. 3 years ago, you insulted me and you made me feel bad.
Yeah, but if you truly forgave them, then you'd be able to say, wow, I can't believe, we really went through this, but look at where we are now. Okay. Look at how far we've come.
Okay, so you have all the records.
Not all the records, but a lot of them.
Majority of the records, you have them.
I don't just write down everybody's list of wrongs. That's not what's in there. It's just I had this test. I remember how hard I studied for this test. It's later I'll read about it. It's I remember doing well on that one.
Oh, okay. So if it's a test or something that is not so hurtful.
Not something not so deep. I don't. Yeah, I understand your forgiveness thing. It's not good to hold on to that.
But then you write most of the things.
Yeah.
And so that means you are such a meticulous person, making sure that everything is so precise, right?
I guess so.
You think that's a good thing? That means you put a lot of pressure on yourself.
Yeah. That's the advantages and disadvantages of being like that. I do like things a certain way.
A certain way, okay.
And then when it's not that certain way, it can bring some stress on me.
Okay.
But
okay, so in school you set high targets for yourself.
Yeah.
And if you are not able to achieve it, what do you do?
Try harder next time.
Try harder next time, but then you put all these things down, which comes back to come and bite you.
That's not what this is.
Okay, so you put everything down and your pains are always fresh in your mind, isn't it?
No, I write them down so that they're not in my mind.
Oh, okay. So you just put them...
Yeah, I write them down to let go.
Let go. Okay, and sometimes you put it into a story form.
Sometimes.
Oh, okay. So, that is what you use some of your creativity to do. You make a story out of it. That's not a bad idea. But of course, make sure you don't put every detail down, because sometimes it can hurt you. Because people are going to offend you every now and then. And if you are going to remind yourself, like I said earlier on, let's come to social media. That is one area that the youth are suffering from, because you come across all sorts of people. Very bad people, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And then when you come there, people are feeding you with all kind of information. Are you on Facebook?
I'm not on Facebook, but I am on Instagram.
Okay, so you're on social media.
Yeah.
Why are you on social media?
To stay connected.
To who?
To people.
Okay. So what are some of the benefits of social media?
I feel like there are a lot of ministries now that are on social media,
Mm-hmm.
and that really helps. There are pastors, I've never seen them in person, I've never been to their church, but because through social media, I can hear sermons, I can see what's going on in other people's churches. So I think the gospel is being spread on social media. We cannot discount that fact.
Oh, okay. So some of the pastors are there, and you think it's helping.
It is.
Okay. Okay. Who are some of the pastors that you've encountered on social media?
Pastor Stephen Furtick, Pastor Michael Todd, even Pastor Porterfee, he's on Instagram.
Oh, Pastor Porterfee is on Instagram.
He is.
Oh, okay. Okay. So when was the last time you learned something from Instagram?
Learned something.
Before I even come there, why are you not on Facebook then if you are on Instagram?
Because a lot of old people use Facebook.
A lot of old people. So what makes it wrong if a lot of old people are on Facebook? Is your mom on Facebook?
No, but my dad is.
Your dad. So you're trying to avoid your dad on Facebook, right? Are you trying to avoid him?
No.
Who are you trying to avoid? Let me know.
I'm not trying to avoid anyone. Facebook just isn't as fun as Instagram.
Okay.
Facebook confuses me, honestly. I don't know how it works.
Confuses you? How does it confuse you?
I don't understand the mechanics of it.
Okay. Now, many of the youth have fallen into trouble going on Facebook. Like people are meeting people in terms of relationships and stuff. You know about it, all right? What advice are you going to give to people who are on Facebook?
If you've never seen them, please don't date them.
If you've never seen them.
If you've never seen them, please do not date them.
But if you have seen them.
I think you should build a relationship with somebody in person. If you're only going to be, what is it, direct messaging?
Direct messaging.
If you're only going to have a relationship through DMing people, then it's not real.
Oh yeah, because a lot of your age mates are going into all these things and messing themselves up and creating a lot of problems for themselves. So as much as you talked about some of the benefits of social media, and is it not distracting you?
It is distracting.
How do you keep yourself disciplined in that?
Sometimes during the week, I just delete the apps off of my phone.
You do?
I don't delete my account, but I would just delete the app
to avoid the temptation.
Yeah.
Are you that disciplined? Are you that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So you just delete the app and then you just go about your normal duties?
Yeah.
And then sometimes you come over there?
Sometimes I come back on the weekend or sometimes during the week, depending on the type of week that I'm having.
Oh, okay. Okay. So if your dad comes to Instagram, are you going to stay there? But it looks like you're running away from your dad.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe not. You don't want your dad to join you on Instagram?
No.
Oh, okay. Why? You don't want other people to be there?
No.
But your dad is your friend.
He is my friend.
But you don't want him to be your friend on social media?
No.
You want him to be on his side and you be on your side?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's not a bad idea. Wow. So now Facebook is becoming something for the older people so that you guys are now on this. I'm going to tell all the adults to join you guys on Instagram.
Sir.
Oh, yeah. Oh? Why not? What are you guys doing? I mean, what are you guys hiding over there?
Hiding? We're not hiding anything on Instagram.
So why is it that when the adults are coming, then you guys are leaving?
Because it's not as fun if your mom is on it too.
If your mom is on it and it's not fun, then that means you have something to hide. Do you have something to hide?
I don't have anything to hide.
Yeah, so then if Auntie Pat comes there and then you say you're going to leave, why are you leaving?
Because she makes me uncomfortable if she's going to be on Instagram too.
Oh, okay. Okay. She makes you uncomfortable being there and you also see the things you are posting.
I filter my things. They're clean. Maybe some youth, their problem is the things that they post. They don't want their parents to see it.
Okay, but for you, you don't have anything that you post. I'm going to check on you. What is your handle? How do you appear in Instagram? If I'm looking for you on
you want my profile name to follow me?
Oh yeah.
My name is Tryphena.
Uh-huh. Okay, let me go to Instagram. I want to know what happens on Instagram. So today, we are putting you on the spot. Today is you.
I mean, I also have a private account, so I'm gonna have to let you like.
Oh, okay.
follow.
So, but you have something that I can see right now.
Just my profile picture.
Oh, your profile picture. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to check it now. Yeah. In any case, now, who has had the most influence on your life?
I would say my mom has had the most influence on my
And
life.
how did she have that influence?
Just by the type of woman that she is. The one thing that she always leaves with me, she hates lying. My mom cannot stand it when you lie to her.
Mm-hmm.
So she's taught me in that to, no matter how much it hurts or no matter how much trouble I could get into, it's better if I say the truth. She always says, tell the truth and it'll set you free. So.
Wow. So she taught you to be honest and truthful no matter what.
Yeah.
And the truth always sets you free.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you see being honest? How has it been so beneficial to you?
Because I don't like, now it's taught me to be someone who doesn't appreciate lying. It makes me have better relationships with people. If you know that, like, you can tell me the truth and we'll still be fine, then
than lying to you.
Yeah, than lying to me.
Yeah. How do you compare your father's style of relating to you and your mom's style? Which one do you?
Religion?
I mean, relating to you.
Relating.
Yeah. Which one? I mean, can you give me a brief description of how do you relate to them, and which one do you prefer?
I can't pick a favorite on air.
On air.
On air.
Okay, so you can do it. So,
Off
air. Okay. But tell me their style.
Okay, so my dad is very calm. We don't argue often. He's very chill. Like, you can talk to him, and people think, like, when you meet my dad, people are like, oh, no, or like, he's very calm. But my dad is hilarious.
Okay.
He's so funny.
Okay. He makes you laugh.
He makes me laugh. Like,
cool, calm, and collected.
Triple C's.
Triple C's. Okay. Okay. So you like? I mean, that is the style.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't take things so serious.
Yeah.
He goes on in a cool way. Okay.
Cool way.
How about your mom?
My mom is very serious, but she's also very outgoing. So, like, she's very full of life, very energetic.
Okay.
What you see is what you get.
Okay, so she is a little firmer than your dad, right? Like, she's a little stricter.
Yeah.
She doesn't allow you to have your way.
Not like that, but it's harder to get through to her.
Oh, okay. Your dad is the easy one. So always you want to pass through your dad rather than your mom, right?
But to pass through, this is the thing. If I pass through my dad, I'll eventually pass through my mom.
Okay, so it's still going to end up
yeah,
being the same.
I still have to pass through both before I can do anything.
Okay, wow. So you think the youth should always open up to parents, right?
When you say it like that, it's very easy because I wasn't always able to open up to my mom. I can say that much. It's not just you go and then you lay it all out. But I think that the youth should try their best, even if it's just with little things. You don't have to tell them your deepest, darkest secrets, but just with the little things.
So you guys have a lot of secrets?
Not a lot.
Okay, but some secrets.
Do you have secrets?
Not really.
No.
Not really.
You don't have any secrets?
About one.
About one?
Yeah, probably one. Yeah.
All the youth have secrets.
All the youth do, right? So who do you guys share your secrets with?
Sometimes you don't share your secrets.
Not with anybody at all.
No.
You share it with God.
Maybe.
And you just keep it.
Yeah.
How are you not going to share it with your parents? It can probably hurt you in one way or the other. You think you guys, it's okay for you guys to always keep secrets?
Not always.
Okay, so sometimes it's good for you to keep secrets.
Sometimes I feel like as people, it's good to keep some things to yourself. There's some things that you just don't need to share with others.
Some things that you feel like you can handle.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to give some shout out to some people in your life?
Okay, shout out to Sisters in Christ. If you guys are watching this, I love you guys so much. I want to shout out.
Okay, and then who again?
My mom, Auntie Pat. Shout out to you.
Okay. And any advice for the youth again before we leave?
If you want to look for love from others, you have to love yourself first.
Wow.
No one can fear is definitely a liar. If you feel like you can't do things because you're scared to do them, I'm telling you that voice is not of God. God did not give us a spirit of fear. So look to God for everything. In everything, your life is based on him. If you don't have him, you don't have anything good in your life. So find Christ for yourself, not because your parents want you to go to church, not because this person said this. If you want to have a deep relationship with Christ, you have to figure that out for yourself.
Wow. Wow. And that is basically the theme for this year. Jesus Christ as a disciple. That people are saying I'm a prophet, I'm this, I'm that. But who do you say I am? So you have to have a personal relationship. Because one day you're going to come face to face with God. It's not going to be based on your parents' relationship. It's going to be based on who you think Jesus is. How have you related to God? So the youth, that is an advice from Akosua Tryphena. She's saying that you have to find, not because your parents said you should go to church. She's made some very crucial and pertinent statements here today, which I think every youth should listen to this program. She was honest and forthcoming, and she was so open with us. We need to talk to our parents. We need to open up. If there are things that you feel like you can handle, that is fine. But most often, if these are emotional stuff, you may have to seek for help. And that is why some people are committing suicide and stuff, because they did not ask for help. In the Bible, you could see that even Nicodemus, at some point, he was the religious leader of Israel. And at some point, he stepped out to go and see Jesus. Sometimes we think that, we are okay. It's good for us to step out for help, and also we must have a one-on-one relationship. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we had Tryphena Awuah, a wonderful lady from the youth, and she talked about so many things. Mr. Isaac Pinto is the man controlling the machine for us. We have Mr. Awuah also here to come and support his wonderful daughter. Auntie Pat, God bless you for allowing Tryphena to be here with us. Mr. Chrisaniteria is the producer of this wonderful program. My name is Elder Bismark Somuah. And for this year, we have started well because we have started with God. And of course, we also have had Tryphena here. God bless you so much. Thank you so much for joining me.
God bless you. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. God bless.